What's up, ladies and gents? Welcome back to the garage. This time I've got a little mod I'm going to do on the X3 in the form of a hydration system. So part of the problem I've got is wearing full face helmets all the time. It adds a degree of difficulty to staying hydrated, taking a drink, whether it's water or whatever. We do keep some cups in the cup holders in there, but like I said, it's too much to stop and take your helmet off, take a drink, put it all back on, especially when you've got comms and all this other stuff going on. So I'm just not staying hydrated out there. Sometimes we do some pretty long rides where you get thirsty. So I've got a plan. Be nice to take a drink without taking your helmet off. So let me show you what I got. So here we've got your basic Amazon special, also known as a Camelback. There's lots of different brands, but it's a hydration backpack. So inside this, it has a bladder that you fill up with water and you drink from the hose. Back in my dirt bike days, I wanted one of these all the time. Every time we go out, I always have water with me, even during races. It's a great system to have. I'm going to mod this to fit in the X3. One thing special about this one, when I searched for which type of pack I wanted, you can see this has got foil lined insulation. Just do a search for insulated hydration backpacks. This one popped up. I think it was 40 bucks. I think it's going to work well. It's got extra storage. I'll probably utilize that too. That'll be nice. The plan is to put this right in between the seats. I'll show you what I got. Right here on this panel, in between the seats. That's where I'm going to mount it. I may mount it, I may just let it sit there, see if it stays in its place, but who knows. One thing to consider though, I'm just thinking ahead on this one, that panel gets hot. Right on the other side of this piece of plastic is the turbo. Hottest part of the engine if you're really on it. So that needs insulated as well. So I picked this up. It's just aluminized heat barrier. I think this was 30 bucks. It's I think it's a 12 by 24. So anyway, I'll take this panel off. And on the back side, I'm going to put this heat shield. And it's adhesive back, so peel and stick. It's just an added layer of insulation. Otherwise, you can be drinking hot water. Nobody wants to drink hot water. Now with this pack in place in between the seats, I believe the hose is going to be long enough that both the driver and the co-driver will be able to utilize it. You could also tee off the existing hose and add another bite valve for your co-driver, in case you're worried about the Rona. But anyway, I'm going to get this panel off, get the inside of it cleaned up, get the dirt and dust off of it, and I'm going to go ahead and insulate that, and then we'll move forward with the mods to the pack itself. Alright, so we got our panel out of the car. I'm just going to clean all the dirt and dust off of this and then stick this insulation on it. So this is just acetone in this bottle here. Put some on the rag, wipe all the dirt and dust out. Should give a nice clean surface for the insulation to stick to. I feel like the more surface area I cover with this insulation, probably the better off we're going to be. Some of y'all back east where it's cold, or up north where it's cold, I've seen guys actually take and mount a fan inside of this, and then they've got a cabin heater. So, I don't need any cabin heaters in Arizona. Alright, that should be pretty good. So, by the way, this is Cool It by Thermotech Automotive Products. And the part number on this is 13575, 12 by 24 adhesive back. So I'm going to lay this out. I'll probably have to trim some of it off, obviously. And we'll get her stuck on there. So I'm just going to lay this out. I think my top edge is start up here. And I'll just make a mark with the Sharpie on the back side about where I want it to end. Can always trim it up later. I'll just cut this with my handy dandy shop scissors. By the way, don't steal your wife's scissors. Just go to Lowe's, Home Depot, hardware store, whatever. Buy yourself some shop scissors. These are titanium. There are a few obstacles here we're going to have to cut around. I'm just going to kind of lay it in place. You can see, but we've got these tabs that actually pop into the rubber grommets in the car, so I'll have to trim around those. And then once I'm satisfied with the way it fits, then I'll peel it and stick it. Alright, so I've got this notched out for our mounting points. I think at this point I'm going to go ahead and peel and stick this, and I'll just kind of work it into where it needs to go. And then once it's stuck on there, I'll probably just come back and just trim these edges up here where it would hang over. Didn't realize it, but this panel is not symmetrical. It's pretty obvious now. But I mean, the sides not having insulation all the way up to the edge, I don't think that's going to be a huge deal. If nothing else, I've got extra. I'll throw some on there, fill it all in. Yeah, stuff peels back pretty easy. Looks like it's just fiberglass and foil. Lay this on there. See how permanent and instant the stick is. I think that'll do. You know, this stuff would work even if you're not going to put a camel pack in your car. You just want to eliminate some of the heat transfer from in there. Pretty good. You're going to get some spots where it'll bunch up, but a little cut in it and overlap it. Alright, I'm going to finish this up. Alright, so this stuff appears to be pretty forgiving, unless you're really forcing it on there. It will come off and you can reposition it if you need to. So I just need to trim the sides up, make it all lay flat. We're not putting a wrap on the outside of the car. This doesn't have to be perfect, it just needs to insulate. Custom ringtone. That's my car, you heard. Not bad. Now we'll just trim the edges. Alright, I got this side trimmed up. It's not what I would call a clean cut, but you won't see it from the other side. It'll do its job. Now I'll get this other side laid down, trimmed up, and I'll put it back on the car. I'm going to call that good. I did go ahead and cut a slice off this extra piece I had and filled in that gap that was over here from the original piece not being wide enough. So, pretty good coverage. That? Don't look at that. That's for a different video. Alright, so there we go. Panel's back in. No fitment issues. I don't think that insulation got in the way at all. So now we'll take our pack and we'll make the mods to this. So now we'll make the mods to the pack. This is never going to be used as a backpack ever again. So my plan is cut the straps off. Probably all the straps. And I'm going to try it out, just letting it set in there and wedge itself in between the seats in that panel. See how it rides. If that doesn't work out, I do have another idea. These things are great. So these are little plastic adhesive backed zip tie tabs. So my thought was, if this doesn't stay in place on its own, I'm going to attach these to that panel we just insulated, and then I will place them in locations where I can run a zip tie through, probably the corner of the strap and into this, maybe even down here, punch a hole in it, run a zip tie through it. That should hold it in place. But we're going to try it without these first, see how it goes. Here we go, time to commit. Save the buckles and the straps, use them for something else. If you're going to mount something like this in a different type of car than an X3, I mean, you may want to keep the straps. You may be able to just strap it to a harness bar or something like that, who knows. Man, those are pretty cool. I hate to cut them off. Don't cut your hose. That cleaned it up quite a bit. I'll stuff it in that hole and fill it up with water and try it out. Let's see how this goes. Like it was meant to be. Top zipper has your water pouch. You can fill it with bottled water while it's in the car. You pull these little Velcro straps. The bag comes out. Just take the hose with it. No big deal. Probably ought to clean it every once in a while anyway. There's your bladder. Twist that off, fill it up with water, throw it back in there. Probably want to take that out. Alright, got this filled up with water. Well, not full, it's just at the bottom of the fill neck. You can see it's a pretty good amount of water. I'm going to feed the hose in. Drop that in an insulated sleeve. Straps back up to it. Zip it up. If I can find the zipper. There we go. Now we'll see if it rides there. Plenty of length on the hose to reach both occupants. You can even drop your phone in there. Nice cool storage. Anyway, get my helmet, try it out. Alright. Where'd my hose go? There it is. It's got a nice little dust cap on it too. You know, in case you're not the lead car, you need lots of dust. Let's see that one. Yeah, slides open and closed. That's awesome. And you can also use it to cool down your co-pilot. Or not. It was a thought. That worked though. Alright, so if you like that mod, by all means steal it. Use it. Just remember where you got it.